General Hospital spoilers, full recap and preview. Wednesday, September 17th, 2025. Wednesday's episode of General Hospital, September 17th, 2025, opens with a cloud of uncertainty hanging heavy over Port Charles. The fallout from recent bombshell revelations continues to ripple through families, friendships, and alliances. By the time the credits roll, viewers will have witnessed explosive confrontations, emotional reckonings, and the kind of edge-of-your-seat drama that only ABC's longest-running daytime soap can deliver. The date is significant. September 17th is the midpoint of the week, and GH always makes sure to pack the Wednesday episode with enough cliffhangers to keep fans buzzing until Friday. Let's break down the storylines, scene by scene, character by character, as Port Charles faces another unforgettable day. The morning begins at the Quartermaine mansion, where Jason Morgan, Steve Burton, is still reeling from the recent revelations about his family's hidden past. On Tuesday, viewers saw Jason shaken after learning that Sidwell may have orchestrated the death of someone tied closely to his bloodline. Wednesday takes it a step further. Michael Corinthos, Chad Duell, arrives with a file he pulled from Yelku's private archives. The tension between Jason and Michael is palpable. Their trust fractured after months of suspicion, betrayal, and half-truths. Michael: Jason, you need to see this before it gets buried. Drew already suspects, but this is proof. Inside the file lies documentation that links Sidwell to a shadow operation that went far beyond business. The implication? Sidwell was tied to not just corporate sabotage but also to violence against the Morgan bloodline. Jason's jaw clenches as the truth sinks in. This scene is layered. Jason isn't just grieving the possibility of another lost relative, he's questioning whether his entire life has been manipulated by outside forces. It sets up a deeply personal arc where Jason's legendary stoicism starts to crumble. Meanwhile, over at the Corinthos gatehouse, Willow Tate Corinthos, Caitlin McMullen, tries to find solace in routine, preparing Wiley's lunch, folding clothes, and pretending life is normal. But Michael's sharp words from the night before echo in her mind. You think love erases lies? It doesn't. Their marriage, once seen as a stabilizing force in Port Charles, is now on shaky ground. On Wednesday, Michael returns to confront Willow again. He's armed with new information, and this time he refuses to hold back. Michael: you knew what Drew was planning. You let it happen. And now you expect me to just what? Look the other way. Willow pushes back, insisting she was protecting her family, not betraying him. The scene escalates into one of the most emotional spousal fights of the year, with both characters shedding tears. Viewers will feel torn, Michael's sense of justice colliding with Willow's desperate need to shield those she loves. By the end of the scene, Michael delivers a gut-punch ultimatum. If you can't come clean, Willow, we're done. Carly Spencer, Laura Wright, never one to sit idly by while others control the narrative, storms into Sunny's penthouse. She's heard whispers about Brennan's newest move, and she refuses to let her family get blindsided again. Sunny Corinthos, Maurice Bernard, however, is a shadow of his former self. The mob boss is caught in a spiral of self-doubt after recent betrayals. Carly, sensing his hesitation, slams her hands on the desk. Carly: you build an empire, Sunny. And now you're letting it collapse because you're scared of ghosts. Their fiery exchange reignites the old Carson spark, not necessarily romantic, but undeniably magnetic. Carly proposes a bold plan to go after Brennan before Brennan comes for them. Sunny is hesitant, torn between his instinct for war and his desire to protect his children from further chaos. This scene is a highlight for longtime fans who've missed Carly and Sunny scheming together. It's a reminder that while their marriage ended, their bond as partners in crime remains unshakable. At General Hospital, Sasha Gilmore, Sophia Matson, faces her own moment of truth. Still grieving her son's fragile condition, Sasha confides in Carly in a heartbreaking scene that unfolds in the hospital chapel. Through tears, Sasha reveals a secret that's been haunting her. Her son's crisis may not have been an accident. Someone tampered with his medication. Carly, stunned, immediately thinks of Brennan and Sidwell, but Sasha shakes her head. Sasha. No, it wasn't them. It was someone closer. Someone I trusted. The confession sends shockwaves, setting up a storyline where betrayal comes from within Sasha's inner circle. For viewers, it's a chilling reminder that in Port Charles, enemies aren't always strangers. Across town, Anna Devane, Finola Hughes, and Valentine Cassadine, James Patrick Stewart, meet at the Metro Court. Their relationship has been on the rocks ever since Charlotte's disturbing choices came to light. Wednesday's episode finds them seated across from each other, the air thick with unspoken words. Valentine pleads for Anna to understand his daughter's actions, while Anna wrestles with the memories of her own past mistakes. Anna, you think I don't understand? I do. But that doesn't erase the damage. Or the choices we've both made. Their scene is filled with subtle gestures, a hand reaching across the table, quickly withdrawn, eyes welling with tears, but refusing to spill. It's a masterclass in restrained soap opera acting. By the end, Anna walks away, leaving Valentine with his head in his hands. The implication is clear. Their love may not survive this storm. Fans who've been craving a Sprina moment will get it Wednesday, but with a twist. Spencer Cassadine, Nicholas Chavez, recently back in Port Charles after his harrowing ordeal, finally reunites with Trina Robinson, Tabiana Ali. Their embrace is tender, passionate, and long overdue. But just as Trina begins to tell Spencer about her recent struggles with Brennan's interference, their reunion is cut short by a shocking arrival. Brennan himself. Brennan. Touching. Truly. But you're wasting your time, Spencer. Trina doesn't belong here anymore, and neither do you. The tension explodes as Brennan lays down his chilling ultimatum. Fans will be left on the edge of their seats, wondering if Brennan will physically separate the couple once again. The climax of Wednesday's episode is set in the Port Charles courthouse, where Alexis Davis, Nancy Lee Grahn, prepares to defend Christina Corinthos Davis, Kate Monsey, against new charges tied to Brennan's manipulations. The courtroom is packed. Sonny, Carly, Sam, Dante, Molly, and even Jocelyn fill the gallery. The atmosphere is electric. The DA unveils a shocking piece of evidence allegedly linking Christina to a crime she swears she didn't commit. Alexis counters with a fiery opening statement, but the pressure is immense. Midway through proceedings, the doors burst open, and Brick, Stephen A. Smith, enters with new evidence that could blow the case wide open. Brick, Your Honor, this changes everything. The episode ends on this cliffhanger, with the judge demanding an immediate recess. Fans will have to wait until Thursday to see whether Brick's revelation saves Christina or seals her fate. Wednesday's General Hospital is packed with the hallmarks of classic soap storytelling. Family versus betrayal. Jason, Michael, and Willow's storylines highlight the painful reality of choosing between loyalty and truth. Love on the Rocks. Anna and Valentine's fractured relationship mirrors the fragility of connections under pressure. Power struggles. Carly and Sonny's uneasy alliance against Brennan shows the lengths ex-lovers will go to protect their legacy. Unfinished business. Sasha's confession and Brennan's confrontation with Spencer and Trina prove that Port Charles' secrets always return to haunt. As the screen fades to black, the camera lingers on Jason, standing alone at the Quartermain mansion. His fists clench, his eyes darken. Jason voiceover, if Sidwell thought he could take my family from me, he's about to learn what a mistake that was. It's a chilling promise, and a thrilling setup for Thursday's episode.